The defendant here is an 18-year-old named Christian Sturtevant. He has been planning this attack for about a year, but he's been planning an attack for far longer than that.
What we found was a manifesto, which the federal complaint alleges contained detailed plans to execute a massacre on New Year's Eve. He was looking for a high-profile place. There's a couple grocery stores in Mint Hill. He wasn't set on just one. He was looking at multiple, whichever one had the most people in it.
Chilling details of an alleged terror plot in North Carolina stopped before it could even happen. The U.S. attorney there calling it an ISIS-inspired attack planned for New Year's Eve. Hello and welcome, everybody. I'm Sandra Smith. It is great to kick off the new year with you, Griff.
I am Griff Jenkins. Sandra, it's awesome to be here for John Roberts, who's off today. This is America Reports. Now, the suspect, an 18-year-old from a town just outside Charlotte, is now in custody and facing multiple charges. Investigators revealing some of the evidence, including a document titled New Year Attack 2026.
Reaction to this breaking news from DHS Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin. She'll be joining us live in moments.
But first, Justice Correspondent David Spunt has the latest details from Washington. Hey, David.
Hey, Griff. According to investigators, this plan was in the works for about a year, and it involved attacking innocent people inside a grocery store on New Year's Eve with hammers and knives. Now, we have some of those photos from the complaint. As we mentioned, Christian Sturtevant, 18 years old, from Mint Hill, North Carolina. That's a suburb of Charlotte. Police said he planned to use these hammers. Authorities also seized 2 butcher knives from under his bed.
He's a U.S. citizen. He turned 18 in December of 2025. The JTTF collected evidence showing he turned his back on his country and his fellow citizens by pledging allegiance to ISIS with the intent of becoming a martyr.
Gloves and tactical vests were also taken as evidence by authorities. According to investigators, Sturtevant pledged his support to ISIS online with someone who he thought was an ISIS member, but it turned out to be an undercover officer working with the New York City Police Department, NYPD. He then talked with another person he thought was a member of ISIS. That turned out to be an undercover FBI agent. Authorities had him, meaning the FBI had him on the radar since January of 2022 when he was in his early teens. He was on social media speaking with an unidentified ISIS member overseas, but he was under 18 at the time and no charges were filed. He did receive psychological care ordered by a state judge. This is according to the press conference today. 3 years later, though, he's now charged with attempting to provide materials to a foreign terrorist organization. If convicted, he faces a maximum of 20 years in prison. Griff.
All right, David Spunt, live for us in Washington. David, thank you. Sandra?
Let's bring in Tricia McLaughlin now, Homeland Security Assistant Secretary for Public Affairs. Tricia, welcome to you. Thanks for being here. First up, this was Russ Ferguson, the U.S. Attorney for the Western District of North Carolina. Just a short time ago, held a news conference giving details on how they identified this threat. This is a little bit more detail about how they were quickly able to identify the threat and save lives in the process. Listen.
This subject was working alone, we believe, at this stage in the investigation. But what's interesting about that is he didn't think he was working alone. He had contacted 2 different members that he thought were ISIS and working with him, obtaining firearms for him. They happened to be undercover agents, so he was working alone, but it wasn't his intention to work alone.
Just incredible details on this stealth operation that was truly able to save lives.
This story could have had a much different ending if not for the swift work of our law enforcement, of our FBI. I really think that this is a testament to the leadership of FBI Director Kash Patel, Attorney General Pam Bondi, and our Homeland Security investigators, as well as Secretary Noem. We really applaud them, but it also underscores the fact that these lone wolf attacks are something that our intelligence agencies are hyper-focused on. We just saw 2 weeks ago, the FBI and HSI also foiled another New Year's Eve terror plot and was able to foil that using an informant. And again, having an undercover agent here to foil this plot, that's something our agents are certainly working on every single day. And as we have more large-scale events throughout the year with the FIFA World Cup, with America 250, with these large-scale events, that's something that we're going to be very focused on at Homeland Security.
Tricia, here's more from the U.S. Attorney in that press conference just a short time ago on who this alleged plot was actually targeting. Listen.
I could tell you from his notes he was targeting Jews, Christians, and LGBTQ individuals, and so you can infer from that that his family was in harm's way. I think that's a safe assumption.
What more can you add on what we are learning on that front, his targets?
I'm going to leave that to the FBI to give more details on the targets, especially as these details are emerging, and I'm sure that there's ongoing investigations related to it. But I think it really does speak to the fact that our Homeland Security investigators, the FBI, DOJ, and the Trump administration's intelligence apparatus at large has done a fantastic job of breaking down these silos. These information sharing has been better than ever between state and local governments and our federal intelligence agencies. Sandra.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.